In my opinion, there are two things that set the war in Gaza apart, not just from any other war we fought, but also from most wars in the world. The first thing is the underground infrastructure. We're talking, they don't even publish the total anymore. But even a year ago, they were talking about hundreds, more than 600 kilometers, and over 5,700 shafts. Even more, it's all so intense. More like in one of the examples they used, there are more tunnels than the London Underground. First of all, this is the biggest case I know of in military history. There has never been a tunnel system used in battle on a similar scale, and there has never been an army that built its strategy or its fighting force around tunnels over time underneath a civilian population. And this brings us to the second point, which is the difference. Hamas is one of the parties, I never say the only one. There could always be something I don't know or have forgotten, but let's say it's one of the only parties that actively wants civilians to be targeted. There have been many cases where the defending side didn't care about the lives of civilians. That's a very standard situation. But a war in which the defending side sees an advantage in having its own civilians killed, that's not common. And we see that these things give the fighting a very, very different character. For example, a tactical example, but one you can see when you look at widespread destruction in the mountains during World War II or things like that. You can see cities like Aachen, you can see later on cities like Grozny after the Second World War, after the Second Chechen War. In Grozny, or before that, there were about 400,000 residents. So one researcher went and claimed that only 12 houses with roofs remained. In all the classic destruction we see, most of the damage is caused by artillery or bombings, and then most of the destruction we see is caused by bulldozers. And here, actually, there is a similarity to other wars. Every place you leave, the enemy returns to it. So everything becomes a risk. Actions are very prone to booby traps and fighting.